Good morning, this is Cecil and Blues. Thank you for joining me for this week's countdown to Stormblood. We are now just 2 weeks away from the official release of Stormblood on June 20th, and only 10 days from the start of early access in the wee hours of June 16th. Previous countdown videos have focused on preparing to enter Stormblood with your level 60 main job, but what if your plan is to start playing a Red Mage or Samurai when the gates to the east are flung open? Today I'm going to talk about what kind of preparations will help you smoothly make that transition. I will remind you, as I have in previous videos, that you must have completed the main scenario quest, The Far Edge of Fate, in order to access the Stormblood areas. You'll need a minimum item level of 230 to access the final story dungeon in Heavensward. You can purchase gear from the market board, farm up Tomestones of Lore, and purchase items from Hismena in Idleshire, she's the one in the middle, get drops from the Alliance raid, the Weeping City of Mahak, or farm front lines for wolf marks and use them to purchase items from the disreputable priest at the Wolves' Den Pier. Use any combination of these methods that works best for you. The first question we should ask ourselves is which of these jobs is right for us. Samurai is a melee DPS with a combo rotation similar in some ways to Monk, Dragoon, and Ninja, but it definitely has its own identity. Samurai will cycle between 3 primary single-target combos in order to unlock their 3 unique Sen. They spend their Sen to unleash powerful finishers. Playing a Samurai effectively will require learning which combos unlock which of their Sen and spending them efficiently without overriding buffs or debuffs early. Samurai appears to have no positional requirements. The Red Mage is a ranged caster with a proc-based combo system similar in some ways to Machinist. The Red Mage will alternate between 2-second cast time spells and instant cast nukes while charging their balance gauge, which will allow them to unleash a powerful melee combo. Playing a Red Mage effectively will require adapting on the fly to the random procs that appear in their rotation, and then reacting to the effect it has on the balance gauge. There may be math involved. I find both of these jobs appealing, so I couldn't tell you which one to choose. Based on early analysis of their abilities, it seems like Samurai may be better suited for small group content, while the Red Mage may perform better in raids and trials. Alright, let's assume you've made your choice. How do you unlock your new class? We won't get the exact locations of the Red Mage or Samurai job trainers until the patch notes for 4.0 are made public. For now, we know that the trainers will be located in Heavensward zones, making them accessible without completion of the Far Edge of Fate. But if you have any dungeons left to clear in your remaining main scenario quests, you will find yourself at the mercy of a dungeon queue featuring very few tanks or healers. The majority of the support classes will be working their way through the level 60 to 70 main scenario, and will have limited incentive to queue up for a level 60 or lower dungeon. This extends to using Heavensward dungeons as a source of leveling experience for Samurai and Red Mage. Queues are just going to be unpleasantly long. Fortunately, the Palace of the Dead is the perfect solution for this problem. I mentioned the Palace of the Dead in my last countdown video. The Palace of the Dead is great for leveling alternate jobs in many situations, but in this particular situation, it will undoubtedly be the best choice. Matched parties for the Palace of the Dead do not have role requirements, which keeps queue times at a minimum, and the experience earned scales with your current level, so it stays rewarding. If you have not already, unlock the Palace of the Dead by locating Nojiro Marujiro in New Gridania and accept the quest, The House That Death Built. This will take you to Quarry Mill and introduce you to the Wood Whaler Expeditionary Captain. After clearing the first 50 floors of the Palace of the Dead, the Expeditionary Captain will offer you the quest, What Lies Beneath, which will unlock floors 51 through 100. Inside the Palace of the Dead, the gear you have equipped is meaningless. Your strength in this instance is tied to 2 stats, Aetherpool Armor and Aetherpool Arms. These stats are increased by finding silver chests inside the deep dungeon. Ones that don't blow up in your face, at least. These stats max out at plus 99, but are capped depending on what floor you are currently on. Getting your gear capped ahead of time will allow you to speedrun the floors, ignoring all chests. You'll be certain to see Party Finder groups requesting maxed out arms and armor at launch. There is no secret strategy to maxing out your Aetherpool gear, just farm floors 51 through 100 until it's done. You can pick a class you'd like to earn some bonus experience on, or you can use it as an opportunity to collect tomestones. Entering the Palace of the Dead at floor 51 sets your level to 60 and unlocks all of your class's abilities up to that level. For Red Mage, that will add Molnier, Vercure, Contrasixt, Embolden, and Manification to your spellbook, beyond the 14 abilities you'll start with at level 50. For Samurai, you'll find Hisatsu Kaiten, Hisatsu Goten, Hisatsu Yaten, Merciful Eyes, and Meditate added to your spellbook. Experience awards from the Palace of the Dead are unaffected by rested experience, but do receive the Armory bonus. That's the bonus given to secondary jobs. As long as you have a level 60 job, you will receive a 50% experience bonus from levels 50 to 60. Currently, it takes around 47 runs of the Palace of the Dead to reach level 60, if level 50 is your starting point. When Stormblood launches, it is highly likely the Armory bonus will be increased to 100%. If it is increased, it would reduce the grind to around 36 runs. If nothing else changes in 4.0, then I estimate the grind time, assuming that a run takes between 10 and 20 minutes, will fall somewhere between 6 and 12 hours. Those speedruns are going to have a huge impact. If this grind sounds a little dull to you, I can certainly understand. There are other options. Beast Tribe daily quests, Leave quests, and Fates are all out there, but without a doubt, Palace of the Dead will result in the fastest level 50 to 60 journey, allowing you to catch up to the pack and experience the new Stormblood leveling content in the first wave. Additionally, any leveling activities you participate in outside of the Palace of the Dead will require gear replacements at regular intervals to keep pace. If you ride Palace of the Dead all the way to 60, you'll only need to prepare a single set of clothes for your new job to equip when they get there. Red Mages share gear with Black Mages and Summoners. Samurai will share gear with Monks. You can follow the item level 230 recommendations I've made at the start of each of these videos, but if you'd like a little more power for your new class, you can seek item level 260 drops in the Alliance raid Dun Saith and snag a couple of appropriate accessories along the way using the related weekly quest Unidentified Flying Object. There are no weapons for Samurai or Red Mage currently in the game, but we know where they're going to be added. All extreme primals that currently drop a themed weapon will be getting a Red Mage and Samurai weapon added to their loot table. You can preemptively farm tokens to buy a weapon from Bertana in Idleshire when they are added. Bertana will also be selling iconic weapons and Shire weapons for Samurai and Red Mage. There is still time between now and the start of early access to farm up 1,000 tomestones of scripture and use them to purchase 10 Rowena's tokens from his mana. And then you can purchase a micro tomestone from Sabina for the cost of 4 Alexandrian gears. These are earned by clearing Alexander, the soul of the creator. You'll also want to purchase a Deepest Gob Dip from Bertana. This will cost you 1 of each of the Mahaki coins. And when early access rolls around, you'll be set to purchase an item level 260 weapon and immediately upgrade it to 270. As an alternative, since you're going to be doing all of this work in the Palace of the Dead anyway, you can cash in your Aetherpool gear when you reach level 60 in order to gain an item level 255 weapon, which should be more than sufficient. I believe it is possible to get a Red Mage or Samurai up and running in the new level 60 plus content by Friday morning, as long as you prepare, and are prepared to drag yourself through 40 or so runs of the Palace of the Dead without falling asleep. I still haven't decided if I'm going to make this switch myself, but it's tempting. Both of these jobs appear to be well designed and look like they're a lot of fun to play. I'm going to continue to think about it for the next 10 days, but for now, I'll say thanks for tuning in for this countdown video. Next week will be so close to the start of maintenance, I'm not sure what sort of meaningful preparations I'll have to offer, but I'll think of something. You can follow the channel to be notified when new videos are posted, and you can follow me on Twitter at itsboats. I hope you have a great day.